Dr. Olara win the UN Secretary General. Uganda's official nomination of veteran diplomat, scholar, and the politician Dr. Olara introduces a candidate with decades of direct experience inside the United Nations system. Having served as UN Under Secretary General, Special Representative for Children and Armed Conflict, Permanent Representative to the UN, and Foreign Minister of Uganda, Otunnu brings seasoned multilateral authority to an organization facing deep geopolitical fractures. Otunnu enters a competitive, geographically diverse group of contenders seeking to succeed Antonio Guterres. Rafael Grossi from Argentina, who is the current Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, Michael Bachelet from Chile, former President of Chile and former UN High Commissioner for Human Rights. There's Macky Sall from Senegal, former President of Senegal, representing another prominent African candidate. Rebecca Greenspan, Costa Rica, Secretary General of UNCTAD and former Vice President of Costa Rica. Maria Fernanda Espiona from Ecuador, former President of the UN General Assembly and former Foreign Minister. Caroline Rodriguez Bucket from Guyana, former Foreign Minister and Permanent Representative to the UN. So how does Otunnu measure up? Core advantages across candidate groups versus executive heavyweight. Let's look at Michael Bachelet, Macky Sall, former head of state, bring high global visibility and executive clout. However, Otunnu counters this with unrivaled operational knowledge of the UN Secretariat, that's conflict resolution mechanisms and peacekeeping architecture built over 4 decades. Now, versus agency chiefs, that's Rafael Grossi, Rebecca Greenspan, the technical agency leaders boast active administrative records. Otunnu contrasts this with broad diplomatic mediation experience, having worked across political, human rights, and security mandates rather than a single specialized sector. When you go deeper to strategic trade-offs, we look at institutional mastery versus fresh leadership. At 75, Otunnu is the senior statesman of the declared field, while some member states lean toward younger executive figures who call for the first female Secretary General. His age represents a lifetime of mediation across Oxford, Harvard, the Security Council, and the International Peace Institute, navigating P5 veto sensitivity. The technical chiefs like Grossi face scrutiny over acute flashpoints such as nuclear monitoring, and former political leaders carry domestic baggage. Otunnu's profile as a non-aligned diplomat makes him less prone to an early veto from any single permanent 5 member. That's US, UK, France, Russia, and China, because that's what they always conflict over. Looking at the global influence and standing, Otunnu's candidacy rests on 3 main pillars of global influence. Number 1 is P5 veto navigation, educated at Oxford and Harvard, yet deeply rooted in the non-aligned movement. Otunnu has historically breached ideological divides between Western powers and Eastern or global South blocs. Secondly, moral authority in human rights, as the architect of the UN Security Council Resolution 1612, which established the compliance regime for protecting war-affected children. Otunnu carries massive credibility among international civil society and human rights organizations. Thirdly, if we look at the African continental dynamics, Otunnu's nomination, alongside Senegal's Macky Sall, expands Africa's voice in the race, offering member states a choice between a traditional head of state candidate and an accomplished multilateral diplomat. Moving to the Otunnu formula, what it is and how it works. The Otunnu formula refers to the secret straw balloting mechanism devised by Dr. Olara during his presidency of the UN Security Council in December 1981. The standoff problem prior to 1981 public votes and rigid vetoes often deadlocked the Security Council, are exemplified by the 16-round veto battle between Kat Wadden and Salim Ahmed Salim. Here's how the mechanics work. Secret straw ballots. Otunnu introduced informal ballots where Security Council members mark candidates as encouraged, discouraged, or no opinion. There's color-coded anonymity. Color-coded paper was added to distinguish permanent, that's P5 members, from non-permanent members, allowing candidates to see if a negative vote was an actual veto threat without forcing a formal public showdown. There's also consensus building. Candidates heavily discouraged by veto holders can withdraw gracefully, clearing the path for compromise figures, which led to Xavier Perez de Cuellar's election in 1981. So how does this apply to his current campaign? Otunnu's bid is being evaluated under the very voting mechanism he created. In multi-candidate field prone to early vetos, the straw poll process naturally favors non-polarizing, widely respected consensus figures, making the creator of the process a strong fit for its intended outcome. There you are.